supposed to clean up all the trash that's piling up on the side of San Diego roads and on our city riverbeds? These two guys are doing it, and they're not getting paid.
A San Diego woodmaker sculpts an unforgettable friendship with President Carter.
President Biden visits war-torn Ukraine. I have reaction from local Ukrainian Americans.
How realistic is the new HBO show The Last of Us? And is the cordyceps fungus actually a threat to humans? We spoke with the experts.
CBS 8 News Live at 6 starts now.
You can see trash piled up in San Diego parks, playgrounds, and all along the sides of our roads. Two men got tired of looking at the mess and are doing something about it. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Carlo Cicchetto.
I'm Marcella Lee. CBS 8's Anna Laurel spent the day with the two men who pick up trash piles around town every single day, and they're not getting paid.
I'm standing here in a dry riverbed right off Home Avenue. Who's supposed to clean up? Who would you think would clean up the trash that ends up in places like this or on the sides of the road? People are seeing it piling up all over our city right now. Well, these two guys, they're seeing it also, and they decided to do something about it.
Barbecue grills, stoves, beds, there's others, feces, needles, bottles with pee.
That's what Stephen Fong and Jose Cifuentes are finding in the thousands of pounds of trash they've picked up around San Diego parks, playgrounds, and off-roadways.
Some stuff I can't even say because it's weird.
And it's dangerous.
Needles, broken glass, hepatitis A, all that stuff. They're putting themselves at risk.
Here's what the trail below Emerald Hills Park looked like yesterday. Here we are today.
This right here is an example of a change. We could change it.
What is truly wild, though, they're cleaning out the city's junk because they want to. No one is paying them. In fact, they pay to drop off trash at the landfill.
Done some stuff in the past for that we weren't really too caught up, and this is how we get back to the needed.
Stephen and Jose met last year through a sober living program. Now they're superheroes of sorts.
It helps us to help the city, to help the people at least,
If they see an area that's trashed, they pick it up.
As long as the sun is out, we're out.
They post about it on the Nextdoor app, and people give them suggestions where they can go. Yesterday, they cleaned the sand in a Rolando Village playground.
We're looking for needles. We're looking for little baggies. Who knows if it's fentanyl? A little kid will grab it and it's all bad.
Right now, they're trying to raise money for a truck to haul more trash. I put a link to their website, Clean I Love San Diego, with this story on our website. With the right resources, they think they can really make a change.
There was years and years that I was just a menace. We were just a menace. And now giving back is I don't know, I can't explain it with words.
So they explain it by cleaning up these places no one wants to deal with. In Fairmont Park, this is Anna Laurel for CBS 8.
Thanks, Anna. Tonight we're learning more about a shooting that happened in North Claremont yesterday near where children were playing basketball. Police say a 22-year-old was killed outside the North Claremont Recreation Center just before noon. They say the victim had a, quote, brief confrontation with two other men right before one of those men shot him. They ran off. The victim died in the hospital. Police are still looking for those two men.
Get ready for things to change. You could actually call today the calm between the storms.
Yeah, you're going to need to grab a jacket or maybe 2 layers because high winds and more rain are coming the rest of this week. And a lot more snow in our local mountains. Chief Meteorologist Carlene Chavis is here with a first look at your microclimate forecast. And you've been warning us, this is a serious one.
I've been warning you since last week. As soon as I started to see those models indicating that the snow level getting down to about 2,000 feet, the potential is there. That is definitely low. You're talking about some of the coldest air that we will experience across California and decades is expected. So yeah, this is going to be a doozy. So taking a look at current conditions, you're looking at pretty quiet conditions out there for tonight. 59 degrees for downtown, also some light winds. So by tomorrow, those wind speeds will start to pick up, especially for coastal communities with a high wind warning starting tomorrow night. That's going to go through the early morning hours with the strongest gusts expected by Wednesday morning. And during this time frame, we're also looking at a chance for rain in the forecast. That's going to keep going as we go all the way into the weekend because it's not just one, it's It's two storm systems that will be impacting with a big dip in the jet stream, sending Arctic air in our direction across the west coast. So also seeing that across the inland areas. It's going to be rainy, it's going to be gusty, and also we mentioned that mountain snow. Snow level coming down to about 2,000 feet on Wednesday and only rising to about 4,000 feet on Thursday through Saturday means quite a bit of snow in our local mountains. So more details on that and all of the alerts in play coming up. Marcella?
President Joe Biden made a surprise visit to Ukraine today and is vowing unwavering commitment in U.S. support. California Congressman John Garamendi just returned from a trip to the Ukrainian border last week. Our political reporter Morgan Reiner spoke with the congressman today and has more on the president's visit.
Representative Garamendi says it sends a strong message to the world that the U.S. is ready to stand firm for as long as it takes to protect Ukraine.
Democratic Congressman John Garamendi said there was strong concern within Congress that American equipment was not making it to the front lines.
So we went to take a look with the chairman of the Armed Services Committee, Mike Rogers, a Republican. We followed the paperwork and all of that. Actually, when we were at the Polish-Ukraine border, a big 747 arrived and unloaded about, 20 tons of armaments. All of that was immediately being put on a truck.
I asked what the atmosphere is like on the ground. He said surrounding countries fear they are next.
These countries know that is what Putin intends to do.
What Biden's visit means.
By going to Kyiv, as he did today, he is taking that message of unity, that message of solidarity and determination to Ukraine, as well as to our partners in Western Europe, the NATO countries and the European Union.
A few House Republicans are calling for the support to end. Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene, who also tweeted Monday for parts of the U.S. to secede, said the Ukrainian conflict has become a proxy war between the U.S. and China.
If we were to abandon Ukraine, as some of my extreme MAGA Republican colleagues are calling for, then what is that message to China? We know that Taiwan is in play right now, that China intends to take over Taiwan, that this could be a major conflict. And if we leave Ukraine and abandon Ukraine, China knows that America will not be a steadfast partner.
Garamendi sits on the Armed Services Committee, and he told me he had no idea the president was going to Ukraine today. He said the whole operation was kept very under wraps.
Thanks, Morgan. Protesters rallying to save Friendship Park are now calling on President Biden to step in and halt construction of 30-foot walls at the border.
Some protesters dressed up today as construction workers then threw down their shovels and hard hats. For years, Friendship Park has served as a meeting spot for people on both sides of the border. Construction is underway to replace some of the border wall. Customs and Border Protection said last week they've redesigned construction around the park and that the wall will only be 18 feet high for that stretch. They say people on both sides of the border will be able to talk to their loved ones, but these protesters doubt that.
This permit allows me to be in the United States, but it doesn't allow me to leave the States. So that's the reason why Friendship Park is so important, because it's the only place where I can really come and connect with my family members.
CBS 8 has contacted the White House for comment, but has not heard back.
We learned over the weekend that former President Jimmy Carter is receiving hospice care at home. The stories of his kindness and generosity have been flooding traditional and social media since the news hit.
A man from Mira Mesa has a unique bond with the former president, and he shared it today with our Abby Black. It's a friendship carved from common interests and shared experiences.
We're sitting in Russ Philbrick's garage, or his wood-making shop, where President Carter once stood. It's been 18 years since they crafted an unforgettable friendship.
As Russ Philbrick saddles his shaving horse, he reminisces about his friendship with President Jimmy Carter.
Mine is not, doesn't have anything to do with politics or anything. It's all about creativity. And
the two woodworkers started their friendship in 2004 when he called the Carter Center and asked if the former president would write the foreword in his book.
He answered the phone, "Hello, this is Jimmy Carter."
From there, it's been a relationship crafted with love and philanthropy. Philbrick says that he and his wife have helped raise more than $2 million for the Carter Center.
These chairs are part of a dining set that he and I built to raise money for the Carter Center.
Over the years, Carter and his wife Rosalind would visit San Diego.
When President Carter was here, he looked around my shop and he said, I could stay here all day. He said, this just feels like home and like my shop.
Philbrick smiles as he rubs the arms of his cherry wood rocking chair.
He started rubbing the arms and he looked up at me and he said, if you don't mind, I'm going to take this chair to my home in Plains. And I said, I don't mind.
He commemorated their years of teamwork with the bronze sculptures of their hands.
So I have his right hand and he has my right hand on his.
Philbrick and Carter had more than just woodworking in common.
You feel this real sense of brotherhood.
They both served as submariners in the Navy.
I'm just delighted to be able to wear this hat today on President's Day.
Under that USS Jimmy Carter hat is a proud friend who has one last wish for the former president.
And he told me, he said, I just want to live longer than the last guinea worm. I truly hope that happens for him.
From his shaker boxes,
he signed right here,
to his handcrafted ladderback chairs, Philbrick sculpted more than a friendship with President Carter. He helped carve out a piece of history.
Just knowing what he and Rosalind have done for humanity, and to know that I was able to be just a little part of their life and be able to support what they have done.
In Mira Mesa, I'm Abby Black, CBS 8.
So many things that the former president did that a lot of people don't know anything about.
He's such a genuine human being. Had the chance to meet him just for a few minutes, but he just radiated kindness, and he was very sincere when he looked at you, he looked in your eyes and talked to you.
He did so much, so humble, and all the work with Habitat for Humanity, the building of these beautiful pieces of furniture.
Very much dedicated to making other people's lives better in his post-political career. Still ahead, is it rooted in reality? We're talking about the popular HBO show The Last of Us, and we'll show you what the cordyceps fungus can really do.
Plus, remembering the victims of the station fire 20 years after the tragedy.
But first, new information tonight in the murder of a popular Roman Catholic bishop in Los Angeles.